Greetings and welcome to MystiCast. My name is Danielle Molinaro, and as always, I'm reporting in glorious weather. We have a fabulous installment for you today, and I hope you enjoy it. Back to you, Nikki.
Thanks, Danny. Stay tuned for a sneak peek into big decisions being made statewide and a look into BSC's newest Naughty Network. With social media being a catalyst for staying connected, Bismarck State College students, including some Mystic athletes, have taken it to another level. Here's the scoop on the newest epidemic to reach campuses nationwide. Nude photos, illegal activity. These are just a few of the pictures BSC students have been posting online.
I think it's going to get people in trouble, to be honest, because I feel like you're put on there and you don't even know it, and it's usually awkward and embarrassing, and I've heard teachers have it.
A new app for both Android and Apple products called Fade recently launched on the BSC campus. For the app to be activated, 500 students have to download it.
I don't think it's anything new. I think before that you had Facebook, before you had MySpace.
There is a big disconnect with people texting and using social media instead of just sitting down with somebody, having a conversation with them.
Even photos of faculty and staff members have shown up on Fade.
There is a policy that you cannot use anything electronic like that in the classroom without the teacher's permission.
This resulted in a no cell phone rule in some classes, and Fade users were not pleased.
There's no real accountability to your character as a person when you can escape that social backlash. So it definitely has a good side and a dark side.
I don't know if they're proud of it or not, but I'm guessing they're not, and if people see them, they're going to recognize them.
It can affect your future. It can affect if you get a job, where you get a job, your relationships in the future.
Those things can be permanent. You know, we think they're going to go away, but you can screenshot it. Someone can do that, save it, post it on another Facebook, another feed, and you never know when someday that might come back at you.
Nikki Johnson, Mystic Media. When asked, BSC Athletic Director Buster Gillis declined to comment on certain Mystic athletes being suspended and kicked out of the dorms for possible misuse of the Fade app. He added, it is confidential information and still ongoing. Job Service of North Dakota states there are anywhere between 3,000 to 5,000 job openings in North Dakota. What you may not know is our unemployment rate is significantly low. Mercer Sage has more.
Natural unemployment is 5%, meaning that normally people in school and people preparing for new careers and stuff like that is normally about 5%. In North Dakota, its last glance was around 3%. So our unemployment rate is lower than what naturally should occur. A number of jobs that are either understaffed or are even closing because they don't have staff to fill their needs. The little Dairy Queen on Boulevard was a great example. They even put a sign up that said that they closed early because they didn't have anybody to work there.
With businesses in jeopardy, raising their pay rate seems to be the logical choice.
I used to hire employees at minimum wage, and now I'm paying people 9, 10. You know, we hear Walmart's at 11, 12, 14. So we see those numbers going higher and higher and higher, and businesses are having to pay up in order to do that.
Unfortunately, with competition and rising pay rates increasing, the quality of the worker also decreases.
Before, I would never tolerate employees with, on their cell phones all the time, or employees that were late to work, or employees that, would need days off all the time. But now I find myself having to tolerate those things because those are the best employees I can find.
And what does that mean for teenagers entering a workforce with double-digit wages?
Those teens are going to get out there and they're going to expect high dollars with low amount of work. And it's not out there in the rest of the world. You know,
if a teenager can go in and make, $12, $14, $15 an hour doing menial jobs, say, at McDonald's or wherever, what's that expectation going to be when they, go to college, become professionals, and they're making $20,000 or $30,000 a year someplace else in the country? Are they going to feel like education was worth it or not?
Mercer Sage, BSC Mystic Media.
That really opens your eyes about how the unemployment rate can affect businesses and wages. So keep that in mind next time you apply for a job. On November 6th, North Dakota voters overwhelmingly rejected Measure 3, which means that the State Board of Higher Education stays and that the board must start the process of finding a new permanent chancellor to replace interim Chancellor Larry Scogan. The search process, which must be complete by May 14th, will be an inclusive one, says Board President Kirsten Diedrich.
So before we even put together the characteristics of the next chancellor, we'll be visiting with the presidents, we'll go out to the institutions, we'll talk to the business leaders, and maybe even some of the legislators that are out there, and we'll work with them so that we have buy-in from everybody before we put this together.
To learn more, visit the University System's website at ndus.edu. Speaking of current events, Eric is joining me today in the studio for BSC Happenings.
Hello, and thanks for having me. And Danny is joining us in the great outdoors. Take it away, Danny.
I would love to, except they didn't give me a list of events, but they've informed me I need to stay outside, and I don't know why.
Because it builds character, Danny. But here's what's happening this November. Mystic Media Day is November 21st in the Mystic Marketplace from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's always a great time, so be sure not to miss it. On November 25th, there's a jazz ensemble concert at 7:30 p.m. in the Sidney J. Lee Auditorium. Also, basketball season here at BSC kicks off on the 28th as well, so be sure to get to the BSC Armory for women and men's basketball alumni games. Also, we won't be having school on the 27th or 28th in light of Thanksgiving holiday, but the offices will be open the 28th. Happy holidays, by the way.
Thanks, Eric. You too. It's always great having you. A new art building is being constructed here at BSC. It's estimated to be finished by next fall, and art enthusiasts on campus are excited about the future of the art program.
There are a lot of things on the horizon for the art department here at Bismarck State College. There will be new faces and new places, a new building.
It's really going to be up to date, it's going to be cutting edge, it's really going to put us on the same platform as all the other universities in the state, and it's awesome. Yeah, and we're still a community college, but you're getting all these resources.
Resources to grow students into better people academically and professionally.
I read article after article after article how creative people are always more successful than the next person. It's critical thinking, problem solving.
The enthusiasm doesn't stop with the instructors. Students rave about BSC's unconventional visual art courses, such as ceramics.
Yeah, I would encourage other students to take it just because it isn't like any other class you've taken before.
Because every other class, you're taking notes and you're just writing things. And with this class, you're like literally using mud. And the finished product is like really, really cool. Yeah, it's really rewarding. When you get to take it home, that's like the best part. Show your mom.
So with spring registration in full swing and the excitement of next fall's new facility, students are encouraged to sign up for the wide array of classes provided on campus that are perfect for any student.
We'd like people to look through the catalog and see what's offered, and don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to sign up for some of those classes.
It doesn't matter what your major or minor is, if you're just dabbling in college courses, take an art class. You're going to love it, and it's going to only make you a better person.
For Mystic Media, I'm Danielle Molinero.
Thanks, Danny. So, BSC students, be sure to keep those courses in mind this spring semester when you register. It'll be worth getting involved with a major upcoming program and facility in our state. Prepare to evacuate BSC. Whether you're graduating and starting your career this spring or transferring to a four-year college next fall, you are the walking grad. The event takes place in the National Energy Center of Excellence, 4th floor on Wednesday, November 19th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. You had better show up. Your survival depends on it. Well, thanks for tuning into MystiCast today, and as always, tune in to bscmix.com for great tunes, and be sure to check out bscmysticmedia.com for our latest MystiCast episodes. You can also find us on YouTube and Facebook. For BSC Mystic Media, I'm Nikki Johnson. Click, click, click.
Guys, I don't know why I always have to stay outside. I'm kind of getting an abuse vibe from you. Just saying.